Welcome to another series of the Apostles' Teaching.
Most times, Jesus likes a lot of sleep, Just like he's in your heart right now. He functions in your heart. His command tower is in your heart. He operates in your heart by his spirit. But brethren, Jesus can sleep in the boat. Jesus can sleep in your heart. And for many, he's alive but asleep in their hearts. So Jesus was asleep, and there was a situation that came. And this situation that showed up, the guys that were in the boat, they were master fishermen. They had conquered waves before. They were not new to waves. But what was confronting them was not just a wave. What was confronting them had a spiritual backing. How many of you remember Jesus had finished preaching and he said to the disciples, let's go on over to the other side. We want to do ministry across. And the moment Jesus announced the next place of ministry, are you there? It's where? The other side. In order to ensure that he never gets to the other side, that was why this tempest came. This tempest was not a normal tempest. If not, people like Peter, with the experience they had conquering waves and taming waves, this should be something easy for them to handle. And it will interest you to know that the other side that Jesus spoke about, the immigration officer on the other side was the madman of Gadara. So there were things there. There were satanic installations on the other side, and they knew that those installations are likely to suffer loss if Jesus ever makes it to the other side. So the first resistance that was placed on his path was this tempest. So the master fishermen, the master guys on the water side that were experienced in the ways of fishing came to a point where it was obvious that they were incapacitated. They were not bothered about the fact that Jesus was sleeping initially. Because the first response of a mortal is that he will want to exercise his dexterity to tame situations. And indeed, I enjoin you to exercise your dexterity, exercise your experience, exercise your training, exercise your intellectual capacity. It is great. But I'm saying that if you are confronted with a situation that is orchestrated from the realm of the spirit, your attempts in the flesh will fall like a pack of cards and it will count for nothing. It was when they had exerted themselves. And I assure you, God will allow some situations, some circumstances to come your way that will reveal how limited your response is. They never felt there was a need to beckon upon Jesus. No. Let's try it out. As some of us have been trying it out for so many years, I want to challenge you. Can we start this year knowing that we are incapacitated? No need to attempt the waves. Let's go straight to the sleeping man. And we will need to know how to revive him that is asleep on our heart. Because he's the one that has the capacity to do the thing, to solve the problem by his authority that he will dispense into the spirit realm to arrest the powers behind the waves. In my meditation today, the Lord began to speak to me. Hallelujah. No, let me not tell you my meditation. No. Now, Jesus was sleeping in that boat, and the Bible says the tempest was such that the ship was covered with waves, but it did not affect his sleep. The intensity of the problem doesn't affect Jesus' sleep. In fact, it makes the sleep more comfortable. Hey, he sleeps. So when all those widows came, people that obviously had needs, I now told them, I said, well, we will try to pick up the needs we can pick up, but get this, we are insufficient. But our business here is to introduce you vitally to a God that is all sufficient. He can carry all of us. In fact, I'm his representative, but I'm insufficient. In your midst, I'm your spiritual father, but I'm insufficient. Now, because I have the heart of a father, I will share what I have with you, but be it known to you that what I have is insufficient. Your ultimate destiny cannot be sponsored from what I have, because what I have is insufficient, even though it's available to be shared. But the best business I can do for you is to teach you how to wake Jesus from his sleep. Wake Jesus. He's in your boat, but he's asleep. And the waves won't wake him up. The troubles, the storms that you are going through will not revive him. And I tell you the truth, hey, on a daily basis, you're not, I think you can believe me if I tell you so. Now, on our channels, all the channels, I have a Facebook page, I have an Instagram page, and all those. I don't know all those other ones, but Philip knows. So the Facebook page, I like to respond to the messages that are sent. And I assure you, the messages are sent every day. And it's not all I can respond to, because it's like a flow. I don't know if there are human beings that are sending those in, or computers or programs, but messages come in every day. I can give you an analysis of what 80% of the messages look like. So based on the feedback that comes, I know the orientation of the average Christian in our time. Are you there? If we use that window as the window of analysis, 80% of the messages we receive are requests, prayer requests. Because the average believer doesn't believe he is responsible for his prayer affairs. So he makes the pastor a prayer contractor. So he comes to the pastor and then he outsources his prayer responsibility. Oh my God. Do you know how many mails come in a day? The guy typing that thing, doesn't he know that there are other people that have access to the same platform? And then you are loading that on one man, expecting him to, even if I pray 24 hours in a day on those letters, I will not finish the cycle in one day because I'm insufficient. So I discovered that the best form of ministry I can do to you is to bring you to a point where you become responsible, so that all of us go to Jesus and then we'll try to revive him. He's the only one that has the capacity to fill up the need of every man that appears before the house of God. Let me tell you the truth. It's unrealistic. Is unreasonable for you to think that you have done something by dumping your prayer points on another person. It's not workable, it's not practicable, but it makes religious sense, but it's not practicable, it's unrealistic, and they're no longer, it's old school. The guy you want to drop those prayers on is insufficient, and he himself needs help. Oh my God. When we do conferences, people come from all over the world. And indeed, we are set. We charge ourselves. So most times you can't even eat because you are attending to people. And then before you know it, it's time for you to run home and take your bath. If you can, all right? You get set for evening service. So there are people that travel all the way and come, and we never have the opportunity to sit like this to speak for 10 minutes. Not because I wasn't willing, But because the opportunity was not even available. Meanwhile, I'm doing my best. We even have a big room for people with spiritual situations, and we have people we have trained. Those people are trained. And when I say trained, it means they passed the test. They are trained to do that kind of business. And even them become weary because of the number. Are you following? The other day, they were giving me a feedback. They said, there are about 200 people lining up in front of your office. This is a preacher that just finished a conference. He's half dead. You know, I told you that my trainer, we got a trainer. Say, okay, our pastor needs to exercise so that we can be sure his lifespan will be sufficient in this his line of business. And I told you, when my trainer said, raise it, I raised. He said, raise this one. I raised. He said, do like that. I did this. He finished the analysis. He said, you have the body of a 60-year-old man. Now, it's not because I'm 60 years. The labor I have been in has made me so. But the labor, as hard as it is, has not even met the quota. So the best I can do for you is to show you the man that is asleep. He's the only one that has the capacity to carry all of us. If at the end of the day, meanwhile I have some gifts of the Spirit, and I prayed enough for it to be functional, I can bless some of you. Indeed, I'm willing. But the reason why I will not manifest that gift today is because I want to train you. And it's a decision. Not because the gift, not because, oh my God. You know what I'm talking. If there's a key, I'll just ask him, play a song, and I will sing, I will cry. I can do some supernatural things, manifest some gifts, prophesy to you, tell you accurate things, tell you about your future. I can do that. But for the purpose of this fasting, I will not do that. I will do something better than that. I will show you how to revive this man. It is only him that has the capacity to carry us. Do you understand that? Now, don't get me wrong. We are going to be doing seasonal healing and prophetic conferences. Yes, here in the city of Minnesota. And then we'll be praying for cripples, doing all kinds of, we'll do all of that. But you see, the best form of service I can give you is this type. To instruct you so that you will know the secrets that undergird spiritual things. And just in case you desire to become responsible, you know how to do it yourself. That's how Jesus trained his disciples. It's the do-it-yourself method. The pastor wants to do it for you, but the apostle wants you to do it yourself. So he tells you the secrets he knows. He teaches you everything so that you determine how far you go. We've traveled to different nations, and we have seen people that were blessed by the message. Are you following? Yes, sir. Yeah, mighty people. Some of them are stronger than the people that I'm teaching before their very face. Some of those other guys, because they take it seriously. Stronger than the people that I'm teaching directly. But it's the same. It depends on how you carry the things you hear. And the way I grow is that I tell you all I know. And when I go back, he tells me more. Yes, that's how I grow. And behold, there arose a great tempest in the sea, insomuch that the ship was covered with the waves, but he was asleep. Next verse. And his disciples came to him and awoke him. How did they wake him? Lord, save us, we perish. I think it is this is the account in Matthew, the Lucan account. In the Lucan account, it was Peter that addressed him. Carest not thou that we perish? You see, Jesus was in the state of sleep until they beckoned on him to wake up. That's how God is. He will remain in that state of silence. And you realize that when they woke Jesus up, nobody had to.
The instruction of the Lord is perfect, renewing one's life. The testimony of the Lord is trustworthy, making the inexperienced wise.